Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Vobie One-Eyed Kenobi Shobi with me, Richard Vobie Wobie, here in the person. It's the, I don't know what it is today, the 4th of June 2021, he says, quickly conferring to the script, the long written script that has taken all afternoon to write. Yes, hello and welcome to another hour and a half, I suppose, depending on how bored we get, show. It's Friday and the weekend is coming. Did that week go past faster than the last week? Did that happen? Did that really happen? Something tells me it did. The lovely Julia will be with us very shortly, but until then, it's the lovely Richard. Yes. Very nice. Wet. Did you notice the rain came down? The clouds filled up, did they not? And all of a sudden, as if by magic... Wind, rain, snail, thunderstorms, lightning, we had it all. Well, we didn't have any of those things, but we did have a bit of rain. Did you have rain where you were? Were you in Spain? I think I should have been in Spain. Oh, rain in Spain. Rain's mainly in the plain. What was that from? What was that? Was that, that wasn't Dr. Dolittle, was it? No. Same actor in it, but not in the original, of course. The original had a much finer actor, in actual fact. Pygmalion. Do you remember Pygmalion? Was that who was that? Not Oscar Wilde. Was it Oscar Wilde? Pygmalion. Was it Oscar Wilde or the other bloke? Anyway, and what was his name? He was in Pimpernel Smith and the You Seek Him Here, the the Scarlet Pimpernel. What was his name? One of my favourite actors, and as is typical, can't think of his name. Black and white, very English, got killed in an aeroplane during the war. Maybe you can help me out with that. I'm waiting for it. Captain of Murderers. You are doomed, Captain of Murderers. Classic line. Leslie Howard. Thank you very much, Robert Croser, coming to my aid. We will be doing the the short and curlies very shortly. That is that's a euphemism, by the way, for roll call. I don't know where that came from. It just came out of my mouth, as many words tumble out of my mouth with no apparent reason whatsoever. But it's awkward. It is a sort of festering thing that happens with me. Anyway, welcome along. Lovely to see you all out there. Jeff and Mandy is there saying, did my like? Yes, did my like. No rain today in Hampshire, so Colonel Cragratty washed the car. He made his own rain all over his car. What colour is your car, Colonel Cragratty? I wonder if you have a red sports car with one of those, those black bits of material that you pull back. What do they call those? Convertibles, is it? I never quite understand why they say it's convertible, because you can't convert it into a fridge or a television magnet or something. Station Master's Choice says, on behalf of the management, thanks for the likes. Please remember to leave your likes as you come in the door. Don't forget to have the option to cancel if you change your mind. Can you cancel your likes? That's nice, isn't it? I didn't know you could cancel your likes. Well, if suddenly you decide, you know what, I don't like this, I'm going to cancel it. Does that mean that we could be cancelled at any moment? There's a lot of this cancel culture going on. I don't know quite where it came from. Has anybody actually been out there and been cancelled? Does anybody know anybody? I mean, you hear about it in the media. A lot of people have been cancelled. I don't really know what that means. It's a weird saying that you've been cancelled. That assumes that you've been booked. I mean, I was booked for many a thing when I was in the entertainment business. The agent would ring me up. Richard, darling, Richard, are you free on the 30th of July? I am available, but I'm not free. Yes, many times. But and sometimes you would have a gig. Oh, I'm ever so sorry. There's some trouble with the venue at the moment, so we're going to have to cancel. Mostly, though, it was postponed. Mostly. So I wonder if people could be, if they come for you and say, oh, you're going to be cancelled. You say, do you mind, could I just be postponed? Because it would be much nicer. Cancelled, it's nice, you get the day off, but you don't get the money. Postponed means that, okay, you still get the day off, but you kind of will get the money when you do it further down the year. Colonel Crogatti says his car has a dark grey Citroen C3, a Picasso. It's funny, isn't it? Can't imagine a Picasso being dark grey. You think Picasso, I don't know much about paintings, but dark grey doesn't seem to be a colour that Picasso would have used. I would have thought he was much more bright and vibrant. That's where the corporations seem to sort of lose it, isn't it? They come up with the idea, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll have a range... Actually, they're French, aren't they? Yeah. Avez-vous un chien? Yes. Have you avec a car? An automobile? Yeah, mais oui, we have. I tell you what we should do. Let us think of a great painter. And we will, put his name to our car. But wasn't Picasso Spanish? Isn't that a bit weird? I thought he was Spanish. Am I thinking of the other one? Which is the one who did the watches that dripped down the... Was that Picasso? Was Picasso French? I have no idea. You see, where is Andrew Norris when you want him? There he is. So can somebody just tell me... Because ignorant of Worthing... working hard late into the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Frenchie is back. Here. I am here. Oh, yeah, Salvador Dali. He was Spanish, wasn't he? Yes, he was Spanish. Was Picasso Dali? And, yes, so don't you think they were a bit daft? I mean, that's bonkers, isn't it? That is bonkers. So that's like the British going, I say, old chap, I think we should have a nice range of MG sports cars, and why don't we call them, I don't know, something like Napoleon? That sounds like a good name, doesn't it? Let's call them Napoleon. Oh, I thought Spitfire would be... Oh, shut up, you. Shut up! No, Napoleon. I'm going to get into my Napoleon and speed across up the M4, across the Pennines in my Napoleon. It goes so fast, you see, it goes so fast. I'm going to go and do that. I think it'll be marvellous. Don't you think
Spitfire would going up over over the Pennines would be good, don't you think? Oh, for goodness sake! Next you'll be asking if we could call it Barnes Wallace. Oh, well, it does have a tendency to backfire from time to time. Oh, shut up! For goodness, who in book him? Oh, that is the designer of the MG sports car. Oh, we don't need the designer in here. This is the marketing team. What's the designer? You're not. In fact, you're cancelled. Do you have to cancel me? Now listen, Godfrey. I'm awfully sorry. I wonder if I could just go to the little boys' room. No, Godfrey, you're cancelled. Would it be too much just to postpone me? Oh, as you design the car, we'll postpone you. Yes, you're postponed until the next lifetime. Now go away and do something useful. So did they not shoot themselves in the foot there? I mean, a French vehicle calling itself Picasso. And then, no wonder they said, oh, I'll have it dark grey. No wonder. I mean, it's bonkers, isn't it? Am I just making that up? Am I the only... is there anybody else here? Do I live in a padded cell all by myself? Sometimes I think I do. Sometimes I think I'm alone. Sometimes I hear sounds in my head. Here we go, another rant on car names, says Cat. It's not my fault. You started it, Colonel Cragratty. You started by having a dark grey car. You should have had more sense. A lot more. I mean, you might like dark grey because you climb up the sides of mountains. And invariably, they are dark grey, unless, of course, it's snowing. But then, of course, I no doubt you have a little crayon and you can colour them as you go and go, yeah, look where I've been. I've left a nice trail of dark grey. It's nice, isn't it? Not suggesting for a moment, by the way, that that's how you talk. But you may be a thing. You have a thing, clearly, that you have to cling to dark grey rather a lot. Yes. Anyway, let's move on to something. How about a Vauxhall Constable? Yes, that would be nice, wouldn't it? You can imagine that being stopped by the fuzz. Hello. I notice you've been driving a Vauxhall Constable there rather fast. Oh, yes, officer. I have, officer. It's only because I like to think of myself like the flying squad. Barnes Wallace would be a good name. Will you shut up? I thought you were postponed. Yes, indeed. I think, yes, very good. You can carry on. No need to see your licence plate or any of your information. I suppose you've only got, you look the sort of type who's only got a green licence anyway with no picture or anything on it. No, I've only got sellotape on mine, officer. Yes, that's very good. Well, off you go. The Ford Napoleon was available in 3 colours. Funnily them all the same, yes. All the same, yeah. Try and get that serviced somewhere, and all they want to do is, yes, we can service your cars here. Just bring in Madame Guillotine. We will shop the bonnet, somewhat assured. But rest assured, your little car there will get into the smallest of parking spaces. It will be say magnifique. You say magnifique. I just said magnifique. I don't want to say it again. It will make me look effeminate. I did have a light blue one before that, says Colonel Cragratty. Ah, light blue. Light blue. That's better, isn't it? More like a Gainsborough there, isn't it? The Gainsborough, you could have had... What would that have been, a Gainsborough? Let's have a look. Is it a Rover? A Rover Gainsborough. That doesn't sound very good. That doesn't trip off the tongue, does it? Like the Blue Boy. Did Gainsborough... I asked this the other day. I don't know whether anybody actually answered me. Was Gainsborough done by the Blue Boy? Who knows? Darren Howell says, my first car was a Reliant Robin. It went faster on the roof than on the wheels. Yes, I suppose when you go round a corner, it flips over, doesn't it? And whoosh, whizzes along. G-Ramp says, and this doesn't surprise me at all, I once owned a DAF. I drove a DAF once. It was one that sort of went forward and then went backward. That was all it did. You just went forward, and it has automatic gears, but you couldn't do any more than that. And you pulled the lever back, and I believe it ran. There was some sort of belt system on there. Anyway, better belt up. The lovely Julia has arrived, so we don't want to don't want to offend anybody. So let's just pretend that we've been talking, I don't know, about net curtains.
So she doesn't know what we've been talking about. She's been busy. So anyway, yes, Twitchers. Yes, very interesting about that net curtain business. Let's see if the lovely Julia happens to be in the house. I believe she is. Let's tune in and see if she's there. Hello, lovely. Oh, she's not there. Look, hang on a minute. Just a second. I've just got to add her to the scene. There she is. Hello, lovely Julia.
Hello, lovely Richard.
Can
you hear me?
Yes, can hear you loud and clear. We've just been talking about the joys of peeking from behind the net curtains.
No, there's no pulling the wool over my eyes.
No, not the wool. Net curtains, not woolly curtains.
No pulling the net curtains over my eyes.
Oh, I see. Why? What do you mean?
I heard most of your little rant on car names.
Car names? Carnations. We were talking about carnations. The different nations that have car. Oh, yes, you've got it. No, okay, fair
That
enough.
was quite a fun rant. Well done.
Oh, good. Thank you very much. £5, thank you. And how is the little blighter, the mini Hartley, in your? Because are you on your own with him?
Yes.
Yes, husband's still at work, left you alone again to fight the little.
Refusing to sleep, little monkey. But he's with his book at the moment.
And that sledgehammer I gave you still haven't used it. We haven't had a roll call yet. I've just been trying to keep them amused. I've no idea whether it worked. Mark Donny McLeod says, I used to have a Simca. Oh, my goodness, my mum had a Simca. Good God, that sort of ages him. In the dark blue, but the hatchback was orange. I left the keys in it all the time, and it never got stolen. Funny that. Oh, had a pink roof. Oh, hello. Nice. You want to visit my Simca? He said, is it nice? It goes downhill. It doesn't go up. Anyway.
I've got no idea what one of those is anyway.
No, my mum had a Simca because she had a white one. It was a very sort of... It was your classic kiddie drawing a car type vehicle.
Here we go. I'm very quiet, apparently.
Oh, you might be quiet. I don't know where your volume is. I was thinking about that only the other day.
Hello?
Hello. Oh, yeah, that's where your volume is.
Hello?
Let's try that. Speak now normally.
Hello, speaking normally. How's this?
No, that was quiet.
Okay, how's this?
That's better.
Ah.
Yeah, that should be better. Now, ladies and gentlemen,
it.
maybe you could just say, is Julia any louder?
Hello?
Like
Can you hear
Nicky.
me now?
Is he louder? He's not a louder at all. He's been told not to play with her, I believe. Anyway,
while we're on loud, while we're on the topic of loud, hello, Ed Loud, if you're there listening.
Hello, Ed Loud. Yeah, where are you? What
in
are
the
you up
background
to?
somewhere. Being a dutiful son.
Oh, yes. Sensible says a car could
Toulouse-Lautrec, a short squat car.
Yes, a Toulouse-Lautrec. Yes. The thing is, though, you can imagine that in a Toulouse-Lautrec car, sat-nav would be crap. Yeah, because it would lose the trek, obviously. Get it? Never mind. Yeah, that's better.
I'm a bit worried about Eric. Is he okay?
Eric is now up in on the top. Unfortunately,
you need a broom. I need
a broom actually. Hang on, just 1 second. You hold the fort for 1 moment.
Holding the fort. I will. Eric! Oh, we've had a good day today.
What's the matter with you?
I don't know why I'm holding the fort.
Sit in here. You can't use that kind of language. I'm slightly worried about this now. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I have a broom. Here is a broom. Your wish is my command. Hang on, let me just tap the ceiling for 1 second. Blimey, that did not sound...
That was a good one.
That was a good one. I wonder if there's anybody out there. Eric!
What's the matter? I'm trying to sleep.
Who's up there? What do you mean you're trying to sleep? You can't do that.
No, sir, don't do that to me, sir. I'm trying to sleep, sir. It's the best place for it now. Who said about me living in the attic?
I'm not sure. This is barking mad. By the way.
Hang on a minute. Ask Eric if he's comfortable up there. Is he happy up there?
Oh.
Happy.
Hang on.
Happy.
Keep getting it. My poor neighbour. Anyway. Eric. Oh, Eric. I've been asked. Are you happy up there?
Yes. Oh, I'm fairly happy. Although some idiot keeps bashing the floor, sir.
Apparently somebody... I'll have you. Bloody cheek coming in here.
So worth it.
So worth it. Now, listen, before we go any further, is Mark Burgess there? Mark Burgess, are you out there? I don't know whether you're watching. You might watch later on, but...
Well, if I'm about to do the roll call, we'll soon find out.
Oh, that's true. I'll save it. But if you see his name, then let me know.
Yes, yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen...
Ladles and jelly spoons.
It is time once again for the lovely Julia to give you the roll call.
We have the lovely Colonel Cragratty, the lovely Sean James Cameron, the lovely Daniel Watkins, the lovely Alison O'Brien, the lovely Station Master's Choice. Did I say him already?
I don't know. I don't think so.
We have the lovely Kerry Baldwin, the lovely Anna Jones, the lovely new name coming up any second now. G Ramps, the lovely.
Good old lovely G.
We have the lovely Judith. Mwah.
Mwah.
The lovely lady with the blue spanner.
Lady with a
the
lamp.
Lovely lady with what?
Lamp.
Lamp.
More a blue spanner than beg your pardon.
Yeah, blue spanner. Whatever. We have the lovely Robert Brailsford. We have the lovely Audrey Forbes Hamilton. We have the lovely Sensible Paul. We have the lovely Rachel T.S. The lovely Dougie Warbucks. The lovely Darren Howell. The lovely Care for a Jelly Baby. We have... Always makes me giggle. Care for a Jelly Baby.
Nice. I'd love one.
We have the lovely Tracy Murphy. The lovely Bonnie H. The lovely Andy Stacey. The lovely Mark Burgess. There we go.
Oh, Mark Burgess. Hang on a minute. Hang on. I've got to just turn this... I don't know whether you could hear the music in the background. I was trying to play some music in the background. Maybe you didn't hear that. Anyway, Mark Burgess, I've had an email from your sister, Hazel, who says... You're nuts. Oh, no, sorry, hazelnuts. It says that apparently on the 12th of June, it's his birthday. And seeing as that may not be covered in, well, I was going to mention this on the Sunday chat, actually, but I'm going to mention it here. She got in touch to say, got to wish you a happy birthday. So I'm doing it now in case we forget on the 12th, which is a week. It's a Saturday, isn't it?
We're a bit early,
yeah,
anyway.
We are a bit early. But that's, oh, hang on, you can't see me, can you? There we go, that's better. I was hiding under the table in case Eric came down with a great big baseball bat.
But you were hiding behind me ugly mug.
What?
You were hiding behind me ugly mug.
Oh, yes, that big fat ugly mug, yes. God, blimey.
Yeah, this big ugly thing, this fat face.
Anyway, so she said she got in early and she said, wish him a happy birthday for the 12th. So I'm doing that now, but as you so rightly say, he's going to be 53. Early. 53. Blimey.
Happy birthday for the... Sorry, what date did you say?
For the 12th. Yes, that's next... So I could have done this Friday next week, couldn't I, really? But anyway, I'll let you carry on with the...
We can always repeat later.
Yes, I'll repeat it. So if I forget, just remind me. But don't say I don't do anything.
We also have here the lovely Ralph Tomlinson. The lovely Clive Waterfall, the lovely Ron Langley, the lovely Mark G, the lovely Welsh Wonder Jason Patrick. We have the lovely Andrew Norris. We have the lovely Eastbourne couple, the lovely Robert Croser, the lovely Jeff and Mandy, the lovely... Any new names? Dave Evad, the lovely... Looking for new names? Anyone else? Anyone else? We're in Sussex. Roll call here, he says. Hello.
Hello.
We have the lovely Jackie HQ. We have the lovely... Looking for a new name. That's another one. La 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 la.
Stumpy Candlestop. Have you seen him?
Yep, there's Stumpy Candlestop. And there's Mark's Adventures, the lovely brainwashed even, Chris. The lovely Alan Sandell. The lovely Linda Kane. The lovely... Did I say Mark's Adventures?
No. Yes.
Well, the lovely...
Ray of Hope.
Yes, I think I did. The lovely Ray of Hope. The lovely Mike Stevens. Hello.
Andrew Graham.
How does your garden grow?
Jen Coley. Did you mention them? The Eastbourne couple? Am I just repeating what you've already said?
You're just repeating some of what I've said.
Oh, right.
Sorry. The lovely Sean James Cameron. Yeah, I said him already. The lovely Elaine Whitelock. The lovely Ray of Hope. The lovely Andrew Graham.
Stevens.
Stumpy Candletop. That actually is a name.
Yes, I know that. I thought you had...
No, I thought you'd made it up. I hadn't got down the list of all of these comments yet. That's why.
Oh, I see. Mike
the lovely
Stevens
Jen Colley and Yeah, Mike Stevens, you're worth another comment. Right, I think I've covered you all. If I haven't, I'm sorry. It's not easy to be entertaining while reading out your names
No, I
and
know.
trying to fill in the gaps.
I struggle with that all the time.
I'm rubbish at it, but
Hey! Don't say that. Don't say that. That the audience might start believing you. And
no, I'm not rubbish at it.
Exactly. That is the way it has to be done. Because if you oh, that's better. I can suddenly hear myself. If you doubt yourself, this is one of the problems I have all the time. Oh, rubbish and then the audience go, "Do you know what? You are Vobes. You're an absolute pile of old poo." Am I allowed to say poo? Yeah, I can say poo, can't I?
Yes, so.
Poo,
you said something worse last, whichever date it was.
Oh, bugger! I hope
It was
I
Wednesday.
didn't. Anyway, it's.
Hello, Josephine Suter, the lovely.
Oh yes, the lovely Josephine Suter. By the way, I've been munching on your sausages, Josephine Suter. But it wasn't a sausage I was sucking earlier today. It was nibbling into her lovely pie. She's oh my, she's got a lovely pie. It was.
I'm dying.
You're dying. I don't understand. What are you on about? It was chicken and nuggets. What was it? Chicken and ham pie. Lovely. I put it in the oven. One of them's in the freezer. I was going to give it to my son, Billy B.
Billy
B.
Big boy.
But we went down the beach in the end. So I shoved one in the freezer to either have later, or I could have given it to the lovely Julia. But I kept forgetting to bring it round. Anyway, never mind all that.
Never mind all that. Have we got video?
Yes,
by the way.
Yes, we have. We've only got 3 videos today. We've got 2 that have been moved on from the last time we were on the air.
Yep.
One is is
A Moment of Murphy.
and we also have,
Bernie.
but we have a new contender for the Friday night. We have
The lovely Julia.
also has put something in, so that's very good. We also, I should add, and we might start with one of these. We have
sorry, can you hear the bird?
I did a little tweet. We have
Tweety pie.
we have another
Quiz by Molly.
Quiz by Bonnie.
yes, and we
You can't reverb me, can you? You're quiet now. For me.
quiet. Shouldn't
For
be.
me.
Who's quiet?
You,
I'm quiet.
Richard. You're quiet.
What? No.
No, it's the viewers that quiet for me.
Are the viewers? I don't understand what you're saying. Put that
No. I can't hear you very well.
You can't hear me.
No, you're like a tiny little man in my ear. Teeny, teeny, tiny.
What? I don't understand.
It happened when you were... Did you knock it with the reverb? I'm flicking the reverb here.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I tell you what it was. I panned myself. Yes, thanks for that. Yeah, I panned myself. That does sound bad.
I was like, I'm going to struggle with this.
I panned myself to one of the sides. If you're listening in stereo, I was in black and white.
No one else could hear you at all. I could just about hear you.
Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if I go that way, then nobody can hear me. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's interesting. It's because it pans it left and right, and I picked up the wrong knob. I was trying to grab hold of Eric's knob, but I picked up the panning knob instead.
Oh, dear. Well, Mary and Philip Hammond have joined us, and maybe they joined us at the wrong time.
Yes. Sorry, I don't know what show they think she's watching.
And Lord Geoffrey, I'm sorry if I missed you, Mr.
Oh,
Harrison.
yes, Lord Geoffrey.
Lord Harrison.
Lord Geoffrey Harrison, we do apologise for that. It is very difficult for us to get it completely right every time. Or any time
Or
ever. So, shall we? We've got a number of things here. Shall we? We'll play a video. I think start the ball game going. One of those from last week. We haven't heard from young Andrew Murphy for a long time, so we won't play his video at all. No, don't be like that. That's harsh. Yes, but tish. We will go in the video box. So we haven't had a moment of Murphy for a long time, as I previously said. And so I think it's only fair that we catch up with young Andrew and work out where the hell he is. Maybe he was just on a long walk from the last time we saw him, but let's catch up with him now. Here he is.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another shorter moment of Murphy with me, Andrew Murphy. Today is Monday the 31st of May 2021 and I thought I'd bring my mum over on a walk of West Harting Down. Not so much of a long walk this time, perfect for a bank holiday stroll. We've just come out of the woods behind and we're on the South Downs Way, ready, heading round on our return circuit back. And it's beautiful. Brilliant. We hope to be back on many more walks in the coming weeks ahead when the glorious weather is starting to come out in abundance. I would just like to thank you for your company today. Take care of yourselves and until next time, bye for now. Bye.
The long version of that is available at Chichester Library if you're interested. Yeah, it was very short, but well worth it. Well worth it. Thank you very much. And lovely to see your mum, Andrew, out there in Monmouthshire. Not Monmouthshire, but Monmouthshire. It's always good to see people's mothers. And did you think that young Andrew looked a bit like his mummy?
Yes,
Yeah,
I do.
I think so.
I see the resemblance.
And it was nice to see him again, as the lovely Judith says. I know it was short, but short and sweet is better than naught.
Exactly. Pleased to see you both.
Yeah, fantastic. So that's marvellous. That was shorter than I expected, to be honest. I had already looked at it, but I'd forgotten how short it was. But there you go. So what about a quiz? Fancy a quiz?
Yeah, I'm
Right,
up for a quiz.
okay. What nationality was the Queen of Sheba? Shebrish, I imagine.
I ought to.
Yeah, you shouldn't. The lovely Bonnie, My Body Lies Over the Ocean, has sent in a quiz, and I'm just trying to find the sodding thing. It's a very nice quiz. Oh, here it is. It's in the quiz box.
It's the best kind of quiz.
Yes. So we have 5 pictures of different cathedral tiles.
Oh.
And what you've got to identify is the material in the tile, the cathedral that it hung from, and when it was first pinned to the... Oh, I beg your pardon. It says just 5 questions, flower quiz. Oh, so nothing to do with cathedrals.
That was intriguing, but I was thinking, I ain't got a clue already.
We're ain't going to get this one, are we?
I order.
So, right, in no particular order then, let's have a look at the first picture. I assume this is what she means. Just 5 questions, flower quiz. They're all in and around Shoreham this week, yes, and Jean Blemmings has managed to take the photographs. I think Bonnie can't bend down. I think that's what it... Because she damage her big toe or something recently. She can't bend down because I think good old Jean has managed to sort of creak the old knees and bend down to get low level on these pictures. I know what it's like when you're out and about and you think, oh, I better get a picture of these. You could just bend over like that. And that's no good, is it?
Are you sure that Bonnie wasn't the one belaying Jean over a tree trunk, a tree branch?
Well, that may well have happened.
Yeah, Mission Impossible style.
Oh, is that what that's called? Floating? Is that a belaying? A beeline? What is it?
Well, the person holding the other end or supporting them, ready to catch them. Yeah. Yeah,
I suppose Colonel Cragratty would know all about that.
Yes, he would.
Yeah, because I'm sure he does.
I'm now looking for Colonel Cragratty's response.
Yeah, exactly. So here's our first picture of the evening. These flowers, as you can see, are at Ford Open Prison. They are behind the wire. And see if you can identify any of those.
Poppies, and is that ragwort?
It looks like ragwort, doesn't it? It ought to be ragwort.
It oughtn't it?
It ought, definitely ought to be. Oh, look, there's the answers. Hang on a minute.
No.
Sorry,
No.
I didn't mean to show I wasn't supposed to show that screen. Oh dear, is it Friday? Oh, I've lost everything. Where have you all gone? Hang on a minute, I've got to get the bloody Windows does some very strange things. It opens up when it's raining. Now, I'm only seeing myself. Where have you gone? Oh, there you
Can
are.
I be heard? Oh, hello.
Yeah.
It's Friday.
It's right. Yes, ragwort and poppies. Is that what you said, Julia?
Yes.
Is that what everybody else said?
I don't know.
No.
Rocket,
Yeah.
ragwort, razor flowers, cathedral city, mature. Oh,
Right. Cathedral mature. That sounds like a cheese.
it is.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Cathedral city.
So here is the next one.
Ooh.
Can anyone identify that one?
Is that a piece of red plastic behind the...
But no, I don't think
yellow?
that's plastic. I think
Oh,
that
no,
is a
that-
Brussels sprout. Not a Brussels sprout, a radish. A radish. Never worked with children, animals and wild flowers, says Station Master's Choice, or indeed a Vobes.
Yeah. Those flowers look very similar to what you find on gorse, but it's obviously not gorse.
No, of course it's not gorse.
Kidney vetch, says Kerry Baldwin. Cowslip, says Rachel T.S. Oh, and Colonel Crogratty says belaying is when someone holds the end of the rope tied to another person, climbing in case they fall off.
Well,
I said that a bit strangely, but...
no,
you get
you
the
said that,
gist.
and I think that was very clear. Kerry Baldwin and Andrew Norris have the star prize for that one, which is a night out with Eric, or in their case, a night in trying to find Eric in the loft. You don't have to accept the prize, of course. So the next one is this. I'm just going to look at the answer again, just to... Oh, yeah, this is it. Right, okay. Can you identify... We've already identified one of these, but can you identify particularly the other stuff?
From that photo, the leafy leaves underneath look like a bit like sea cabbage. Is it cabbage?
If you've got the C part is right, and the cabbage bit is almost there, isn't it? You remember that sort of what is that cabbagey? Anne Wright's got it, but you were there first. Kale.
Oh, kale, that's it.
Yeah, like cabbage, isn't it?
Yeah, sea kale.
Sea kale. Sea kale. Seek. That's what Hitler liked to eat, wasn't it? Sea kale. Yeah. Sea kale.
I could have lived without knowing that.
No, he and everybody would remind him. Sea kale! Sea
Oh,
kale!
crikey.
Oh, for goodness sake, you were slow on that one, lovely Julia.
Bird, tush. Hi. I need to get paid more for this.
You need to get paid. Right, now then.
Now then.
This one is interesting. Number 4. Wait a minute. She's put these in a different order because I know. Okay, I'm going to come to that one. The one I'm going to come to that one last because you'll see why. Okay, so this one very difficult. You'll never guess what that is.
Ooh, it's a pretty rose.
Is it a rose? What kind of rose?
Kiss Father rose on a grave.
Is it?
Couldn't even.
What colour? What colour do you suppose it is?
Pink.
Pink.
It looks like a dusky pink, actually.
Yes, I think you could be right. I think that's a very easy one for everybody to get. Is it Black Sticks Blue? A choice rose. Sorry, Station Master's Choice. It's choice rose. Rose, yes, rose. David Austin, rose. Roz, says Elaine. A pink muffin, says...
It smelt of lemon, says Bonnie H.
Yeah, it's a lemon rose, that one.
Jeff and Mandy say pink muffin, just for the hell of it.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I think that pink muffin is a good name for a flower. And
A rose is a rose, says JW.
A rose by any other name. A rose in heaven. Now, the last one. Now, nobody else need guess this. This is one just for the lovely Julia.
Oh dear.
See if the lovely Julia can guess this one. It will be very difficult. And there it is.
Aha! This would be red hawthorn, right?
It's funny you should say that. It is very, very odd that you should mention red hawthorn because we had that as a thing on the show, did we not?
We did. We did.
She's called it
Before
pink. She's called it pink hawthorn.
Pink, red, meh,
Meh.
meh,
Meh.
meh.
Pink hawthorn. The funny thing is, if we go into the video box...
One of the things I love about the Vobes show is learning things. And I have a very particular way of learning things. And that's seeing, doing and partaking. And I didn't realise that pink or red hawthorn was a thing until it appeared on the Vobes show. And here we found some. Lovely. What do you think, Richard?
I think I've never seen red hawthorn before, and now I have discovered that there is, but it must be quite rare. I wonder if there's it can't be a modern, genetic modified species thing, or maybe is it, do you see it in rural settings as well as inside towns and things?
Well, there's a question for the Vobes show viewers. Catch you guys later. Bye.
Bye now. Yeah. How extraordinary is that, lovely Julie?
I think that's one of the few rare times when I've caught you off guard.
Yeah. I was busy I'll get a shot of that, and then
you
it's
were busy filming, and suddenly it's like,
you're filming me.
Asked a question on camera.
So Alan Sandell says never seen that. I know where that is, says Josephine Souter. No, you don't. She just thinks she does. It's not in the back of the butcher's shop, by the way. It depends on the light, perhaps, says Rachel T.S. Oh, the colour, I suppose, yeah, if you've got the right colour. So is it? That's the question I was wondering.
Is it?
Is it a hybrid thing that's grown and has now just sprung up? Or would you find it in the countryside, in the rural countryside, and not in towns and villages? Is it? That's what I want to know. Does anybody know? Hybrid tea, says John W. I don't know what that... Oh, I think that's to do with the other one. Vobes, says Colonel Cragratty, with a hat. Yes. You watch tomorrow's video. We've just put that together. What? Caractacus Paul's Scarlet is the name. It's an ornamental and very common. Red or pink. It is a soiled thing. What soiled? That's what I want to know.
Oh, the cause of the colour in the flower?
Jackie H.W. says, I've seen them in Thacum. Well, if you've seen them in Thacum, they must be Fake'em. Let's bunk them. You've seen them in Thacum. Do you know, up until Wednesday's show, I may have seen them, but never thought of them as hawthorn. And now there we are, definitely in the countryside.
I always associated the leaves as looking like hawthorn, but never realised they were a hawthorn.
So nip. Is it like the horse chestnut ones where you see the pink ones? You know, the rhubarb and custard. They're not as there's not as many of them as they're a bit spesh, aren't they? A bit spesh compared to your average white bloomers.
A bit like somebody else I know.
Yeah.
Me and thee, maybe.
Yeah, a bit spesh. Mark Burgess says, my one was in the recreation ground. Oh. Ramiboo's just turned up.
Hello, Ramiboo.
What have you got to say, Ramiboo? She says, hello all. Just checking in as I'm getting ready for a doctor's appointment. Also, have to visit my mum in hospital afterwards. She's taken 4 falls in the last week. Sounds like they may send her to a senior home after this for recovery. Well, that would be great, won't it, if they send her, because I know that poor old Lisa has had a lot of trouble with her mum. For one thing, her mum wouldn't let her go out with that short, skimpy dress when she was just 15. She was, and Lisa was desperate to go out because she met this...
Ramiboo.
Yeah, she was met this boy, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. In senior citizens get to certain sort of, my father had it, and he wouldn't let me go out in that short skirt either. But anyway, that's another story. So I think it would be great if she goes into a senior home, as long as you haven't got to pay for it, Do you have, like we have, a national health system that will sort of support you, sort of?
No, they have to have health insurance, don't they?
Oh, do they? Oh my God, what's that? Is your house tumbling down?
I need to go and give him another activity to do.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Well, whilst you're doing that, shall I put on another video?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's great.
By the way, Ramaboo, I'm sorry to hear about your mum.
Yeah, we are sorry. We're taking the mickey,
Send her
but
my
in a
love.
nice way. It will definitely be a nice rest for... Yes, exactly. That's what I was trying to get to. I was trying to get it over in a fun way without, bringing the mood down.
No,
And
keep the vibrancy up.
Absolutely. Keep it up. I mean, yeah, exactly. What?
Nothing.
No, good.
Nothing at all.
Go and give your boy another activity.
Go and put the video on.
Oh, yeah, fine, man. I'll do that. So the video in this section of the show is the last video of the day, funnily enough. So we have a lot of filling to do. So we do want plenty of phone calls after this. This is good old Bernie. Good old Bernie has been a stalwart of the show. I don't like the word wart. That's not very nice. But you know what I mean. Is that how you pronounce it? Stalwart or stalwarth? Whatever. It's a word that you read and hear and you think, actually, now I'm pulling the word to bits. I don't know what it means. Anyway, he has been the backbone of the show, giving us a good old video each time. We do really appreciate. I know I take the mickey out of everything. That's the nature of the show. But we do. Yeah, you can go. You can go. Go and do your thing. So this video is the last from North Wales with good old Bernie, if I can find it.
There's the clock and the War Memorial. There's still far too many people around. That is interesting though. Let's get in the shadow. One of the old road signs there telling you how far to Holyhead and how far to Bangor. A piece of motoring history. And here is our trusty steed sitting outside of James Pringle Weavers of Anglesey. Now, I don't know, I'm guessing that it was their idea to open this little outlet here. It's been here for quite some time now, 25 years or more. But quite what it does for the socio-economic value of Flamboy PG, I have absolutely no idea. It doesn't really highlight much in terms of what's made in Wales, only perhaps the textiles. You walk around and one of the first things you notice is Scottish fudge, iron brew stuff, Scottish whisky, and masses and masses and masses of Scottish shortbread. What's Welsh about that? There are Welsh beers there that you can buy, and you can buy Welsh whisky. But apart from that, there's not an awful lot there that's Welsh that I could see, apart from the usual tatty souvenirs that you pay through the nose for and have probably been manufactured in China or somewhere ridiculous like that. So on the other side of the road, you've got a hot and cold snack bar, and you've got a little cafe, a place that sells ice cream, and a pub. So I guess they do a certain amount of business. But other than that, and if the people employed in this place do live here, apart from the rates to the local council, it's very difficult to see what really beneficial effect this has. But it certainly puts the place on the map, and I don't suppose you can blame James Pringle for doing their little bit, cashing in on the fact that it's the longest place name and making money out of it. So there we go. And with that really brings us virtually to the end of our visit to North Wales.
Well, I was at first a bit confused what he was going to rant about, Bernie. Am I've got this right that you were saying because you'd gone to Llangolfni, that there was only a couple of Welsh shops because you were in the car park. I was thinking, what's he about to rant about? Was it the coach that coaches parked there or something? Because I'd never heard of this Pringle bloke. It's not the same person who makes Pringles, presumably. I imagine that's some American bloke. And don't kick me if I'm down. Give me a hand up. But what I was. So you're saying that there's a lot of Scottish stuff in there, the Highland toffee and thistles and whatever else was there, with some kilts and sporrans for sale, and all of that. Hang on, let's get lovely Julia in. And not enough Welsh stuff, which I completely agree. Surely that's the wrong country. Did somebody forget? I suppose it was more an observation than a rant, says Station Master's Job. Well, no, I was looking forward to the good rant. So in the distance there were a number of what looked like shops. I wasn't 100%. That's why I suppose I wasn't 100% sure where you were going with it, and so it was that there's some shops that, as opposed to French shops. Is that what it was? Give us a call 0793 473 0793 4746790. Yeah, that's the number. Thanks very much. Yeah, so I wonder. This is an odd thing that they're in a Welsh village that is, the iconic place. I mean, it's like going to. Where would you go? You might go to the Dallas Ranch in Dallas from the TV series Dallas, and find that it's all full of EastEnders tat. And going, yeah, you can get a lovely
Australian accent.
Oh yeah, you can get an Australian accent here in Dallas, in downtown Dallas. We've got what's the Old Vic. Come and look at the Old Vic in Dallas. That's a good one. It absolutely. It seems inappropriate, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. How many air miles have they flown? Who?
Yeah, they're going about climate change. Are you talking about the Harkles?
Who's the Harkles?
The William's brother's wife and William's brother. Prince William's
brother. What? Helen and Mary? What's his name? Merkel and. Are they the Harkles?
Yeah, something like that. That's what people are calling them.
Oh right, I've never heard of it. Somebody rang. I don't know if that was you, Bernie, but it suddenly just disappeared.
Oh, we lost him.
Yeah, just.
Sorry about it.
Hang on, try that. Hello.
It is me. It's Bernie.
Oh, hello, Bernie. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. I was a bit confused just then. I forgot about the delay.
Yeah. If you turn the YouTube down, and then that'd be great. Fantastic. So what did I get that right? That you were having a good old moan at the fact that there you are in Wales, in an iconic Welsh village, town, whatever it is, and there's this whole conglomerate of Scottish Highland nonsense.
Well, I've been there before, And I thought the same then, but this time it just seemed even worse. You know, here you are, you're in a Welsh. It's a touristy place. Let's be honest. There's no other value to it but tourism. And you're in this Welsh touristy place, and what have you got? Everything Scottish.
But why? Why do you suppose that the Mr. Pringle and his basket of Highland goodies have managed to infiltrate, whereas the local Welsh tourist board hasn't put in their, leaks and...
Well, James Pringle is a Welsh company.
Oh, it's a Welsh company.
To be fair, James Pringle is a Welsh company, and part of the idea of his outlet there is to sell their weaving stuff, textiles and what have you.
Right.
But obviously they want to sell more on top of that. They're trying to get you in to buy all of this stuff. The problem is, and having been involved in the coaching industry, people like to buy Scottish shortbread.
Oh.
You look at all the shops. Go to anywhere, and what's the first thing you see inside shops? Very often it's shortbread.
Right.
That is true. I love Scottish shortbread, so if I see it, I get it.
Do you know?
So I suppose they're cashing in on the fact that everybody wants shortbread, but it's just the fact that it's Scottish, and then you've got Scottish whiskey and Scottish this and Scottish that. I've nothing against the Scottish stuff.
No. It's just the wrong place to be selling it.
As you probably know, I'm sort of Welsh at heart, so I'm very, very, very pro Welsh.
What you need then is you need somebody to come up with a Welsh story of dragon cakes or leek monsters or something, something that they can turn into a sugary shortbread and say that this is your Dragon Slayer ale. I mean, surely that would sell like hotcakes or shortbread cakes. If I was involved in the tourist section of that area, you would make sure that there's a myth, so that newcomers coming in, you say, well, have you not heard about the Lancelot killing the dragon, the red dragon? It was in here, and you can get some of Lancelot's brew. He was Welsh, He was at the round table, but he was Welsh. And, you just make up all this crap. And
I wouldn't need to make up any names. Owen Glendore's ale.
Yeah, they are. Owen Glendour.
Nice. The very last real Prince of Wales.
Yeah, I did read a book about Owen Glendour. He worked for Everest for a while, didn't he? The double glazing. He did UPVC double glazed doors, Owen Glendour's. I'm sorry, I can't help myself sometimes. I should be shot, only it is very unfair. We can't hear the lovely Julia.
No,
I still didn't need to give you one.
My thing was, with all that stuff there, what benefit was it, the real benefit to the local economy?
Yeah.
That was the thing I was trying to get at.
Well, if it's a Welsh firm, then presumably it is coming into the Welsh, and presumably it's employing Welsh people.
That was my hope, that it was money that was going into that community, and not into somebody's pocket, not being spent in the local community, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And how much are those shops actually dependent? If he packed up and went tomorrow,
who would go?
Would those businesses survive? And I think the answer is no.
Would Tesco's move in?
Well, you never know, do you?
Well,
the thing is, like so many places, there was a time when that was the A5 going through there.
Ah, right.
So those houses or those shops and businesses benefited from a good passing trade.
And was there some old coaching inns off the old A5 then?
There might have been one or two. I don't really know much about that side of it there, but I can only guess there probably was in one or two places.
You said you showed us a sign, and I didn't take much notice of the number, but how many, was it 7 miles to Holyhead?
It was 7 miles to Mona.
Oh, yeah.
And I think of a few more miles than that to Holyhead, and about 5 miles to Bangor.
So it could be
it was an old motoring sign, but you made me think now.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, what went through my mind was that if Holyhead was something like 15 miles, that might be enough to change the horses, and that there might be a nice old coaching inn where you could have the headless horseman, where he used to come out there with his Welsh accent, which I can't do, boyo.
in Beaumaris there was coaching inns,
Right.
and I think the coaches would have come somehow across the Menai Straits, probably in a boat in those days.
Before Telford put his bridge up.
Before Telford's bridge, and they would have gone to the coaching inn in Beaumaris. I have a feeling that the next coaching inn would be more than likely in Llangefni,
Right.
in the middle of the island.
Somebody's just put an interesting point here. Glenn Horton says a lot of tourist shops in Cardiff sell cuddly red dragon toys. And
Yeah, I never saw any of them in there.
No, but I just wonder, maybe people are sick and tired. You know, if you go to Wales or you go to Scotland or you go anywhere, and everywhere you go, you get the same old tat. Maybe Mr. Pringle is thinking, well, they've bought their, shed loads of Welsh stuff. By the time they get here, we better flog them something else. So we'll sell them a whole load of Scottish stuff. And then later on, if you're very lucky, when they're desperate, they might buy a British umbrella and a bowler hat. I mean, what?
I think Julius just hit the nail on the head there. What is wrong with unusual things? Slate souvenirs, turned wood souvenirs, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I love that sort
which
of stuff.
has a more local connection with it.
Well, it's not made in China.
It's not made in China.
Yeah, if
or
it's made in
anywhere.
China, then no, I don't mean it's literally made in. I mean it's not made mass produced and brought in on container ships at half the price of somebody turning a piece of wood in a real forest.
Oh, you mean pottery type stuff? Ah.
No. I mean made by small people.
Oh, all right, yeah.
With
Okay.
an Asian countenance. What's wrong with that? Small people with an Asian countenance. That's not.
That's very politically correct. Yeah.
Yes, one has to be careful because I don't want to get postponed. I mean, cancelled.
I've changed that. It's no longer cancelled. It's option to undo.
Oh, option to undo.
Option to unsubscribe.
Yeah. Oh, we don't want any of that. And now Bonnie has just taken the words out of my head. Because, yes, you've got cuddly red dragons in Wales, and you could have, singers and sheep, that nice sheep with decent-sized bottoms and things. But, sorry, I have to be so careful what you say. But what would be in English? What would you do? I mean, telephone box. You know, that's the sort of typical thing. If you go into London, you'll see telephone boxes on. But why is a telephone box London? I mean, a K6 telephone box up and down the whole of the UK, surely. It's very, very sort of British, isn't it? But what would be an English, a bowler hat, an umbrella? Well, everybody has umbrellas. People don't wear bowler hats, pinstripe suit. What would you
Well, apparently, I suppose it's London souvenirs of the red... phone boxes.
I just said that. Were you not listening? I just said all that. I just said that.
Did you say the London bus, the taxis?
Oh, I didn't say that. London bus, taxis. Yeah, that's all very London, isn't it? You wouldn't get that in Northampton.
Well, there's the chocolate box cottage.
There is a certain model manufacturer that produces a box, a souvenir box, in which you have a London bus, taxi, and one of the red telephone boxes. And it's got souvenir from London written all over it. And you can buy them in Bournemouth, you can buy them in Devon, you can buy them in Cornwall, you can buy them anywhere. They're all over the place because what they're aiming for is the foreign visitors.
Yes, who know no different.
Who want London. They haven't been able to go to London, so they buy the box as a souvenir from London.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I didn't see any of them in this place, thank goodness.
Sean Buttimer says, how about a rubber dinghy for a migrant? That would be a good idea.
We've got some ideas for English souvenirs.
Oh, we got
Shirley Bassey dolls.
Shirley Bassey dolls. That's good.
Says Alan Sandow. Or Bonnie H says knitted fish and chips hat.
Who's the one? Michael Caine. A
Beefeaters.
Michael Caine doll would be good in a mini. You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. That would be a good souvenir.
Yeah. A bold explorer mug, says Jackie HW.
I like Jackie HW. She's gone right up in my estimations.
Kendall
I
Mint
apologise for the beeps. I think my battery's about to die on.
Oh, shall we? I'd better let you go whilst you charge.
Thank you ever so for calling in, darling.
There you go. You see, you're on a date now, mate. thank you so much for raising that. You've given us plenty of material for the next 30 minutes.
Well, you can have a bit of a chat about that, yeah. But I mean, you know, it's just that it just struck me that there wasn't anything really Welsh about this place at all.
Some slate would have been nice, wouldn't it?
I've already said all that.
Did you say that?
I
Yes,
did.
Lena did really said about
In the
the place
chat.
and all the.
Yeah, but I mean Welsh. You know, something that would be useful. You know, a whole roof of Welsh slate on your roof would be handy.
Well, for example, when I visited Wales, about
I mean, a
11 years ago,
blowhole. I mean, you'd think from Wales, at the very least, you could have a blowhole.
I got a set of coasters from a lovely little local market near the canal where we were honeymooning, and in the actual coasters were Welsh slate with lovely Welsh ponies, white Welsh pony
Droppings.
head
Oh.
painted
Oh, the
on
head
it.
of a pony. I don't know.
Yes.
It's like having a fox's head or a stag's
But I
head
also,
in you.
I also got, but the actual frame to hold them was wood turned from Welsh wood by a Welshman, so it had all that localness to it. It was lovely. Oh, and there was a matching like teapot rest as well, basically.
Gosh.
With the
There you
little
are.
plate
The main
insert.
industry in Ynysmôn for many, many years was copper.
Ah, yeah. So a few policemen would be
People
useful.
won't buy copper or brass these days because they can't be bothered to keep them shiny, you know.
Ah, yeah.
So it's difficult because otherwise I'm sure they could make lots of lovely little copper bits and pieces that people would buy.
Yeah.
But it's just nobody wants to buy that.
If you extruded some copper and wrapped it in like a plastic sheath, you could sell that as wire. I believe
Well,
that
that's very true, I
the
suppose,
the telephone engineers used to do that until they got fibre optics.
Ron's got the right idea. What about a Welsh train set?
There you go. A Welsh train set. That would be
A
lovely.
model of the Festiniog Railway. Well, actually, you can buy them, but they're sort of more specialist things. But no reason why you couldn't sell something like that in a shop.
Yeah. Better than getting people drunk on Scottish whiskey.
Scottish whiskey, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's buy the Welsh stuff. It's better than.
I was going to say, what's the most famous Welsh drink?
Oh, that's a difficult one.
Yeah, I mean, what would you say English? English beer? English beer? Warm beer is a sort of iconic thing. Scotland has got its whiskey, but what has Welsh got?
Welsh has got some very good beers. Bellinvoile Double Dragon, Brains.
Oh, yeah, brains.
They don't
I
have
need
a
some
gin,
brains.
do they?
Ginger
No, I
beer
don't
would
know.
be good. Welsh ginger beer. Did you
Anyway.
know that where copper as a policeman comes from, it used to be the badge on their helmet, used to be a copper.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Lord Geoffrey Harrison, he's old, you see, he would know that sort of thing.
We'd better let Bernie go, hadn't
Yeah,
we?
but you get to go
His
before your
battery's
battery
gonna get
goes. Thank you so much, Bernie, for calling in.
That's all right. I don't think I got anywhere. I don't think we've got much further, really. But
No,
never mind.
but it was nice to chew the cud with you.
Well, that's true. Yes, yes.
You look after yourself, Bernie.
Okay
Take
then.
care.
Take care.
For now. Bye.
Bye-bye. There we are. That's lovely. Bernie from Eastbourne, but he's a Welshman at heart. Oh, I know what they've got. They've got that Welsh rabbit, haven't they?
Welsh rarebit, yes.
Yeah, it's a very rare kind of rabbit. You can't actually catch it. It's got no ears, but when it's got a sort of cheesy filling, it gives you a cheesy smile. Like my jokes, really. Very
Yeah.
cheesy. Thanks. We don't have any
was a
more
grimace,
videos.
actually.
We don't have anything else. We've done the red... We got your musical instruments.
Oh, yes, my photographs that I took today. Jen Colley says mead is a Welsh drink.
Oh, is it? Mead. Ah.
I suppose it's kind of Celtic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of Celtic. It's either is or isn't.
Yeah. Is it Celtic? I know chips...
Well, it's ancient, and the
Yeah.
Celts were ancient.
Yeah, that's right. The Celts always wore good coats, didn't they?
The Celts wore good pelts.
Good pelts. A model volcano with lava bread erupting from it would be good. What's that? Oh, no, we said that Welsh
Oh,
rabbit
Welsh
thing.
tea. Did you say that?
Welsh tea. What makes Welsh tea different from any other kind of tea? Because is it leeks?
There's some sort of traditional
Celtic jewellery.
herbal tea or something.
I have a spare video from Jersey, says if you're desperate, I have a very spare one from Jersey. It's not my best, but it's not, well, obviously it's not your vest. It's a Jersey. I love a bowl, says Corn James Cameron. Sean, says Sean. He loves a bowl, yes, a bowl of caul. Is it caul or grawl? Caul. I don't know what. Why are daffodils associated with Wales? That's a good question.
Very good question.
Yeah. Why are they associated with Wales? Anne Wright says, I have a beautiful brooch made of carved Welsh coal. Ironically, I bought it at a craft fair in Hampshire, that famous Hampshire town of Cardiff. Hello, caller. Welcome to the Vobes One-Eyed Kenobi We're Desperate for Someone to Ring In show.
Keep a welcome in the hillside. We'll keep a welcome in the vale. This land of ours will la 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 la. When you come home again to Wales.
You don't get many migrants landing on your coastline, do you?
I'm not sure, because I voted for the Welsh Assembly and then I moved to Manchester the next day.
Oh, did you? What did the Welsh Assembly? That's a funny old name, isn't it? I always, because when I went to school,
it's now called the Welsh Parliament, as far as
Parliament. Because I mean, I suppose they don't all get up and sing hymns and do all of that, do they? Because like you do at school when you have an assembly where people just assemble.
They play the Welsh national anthem at the start of the days.
Do you know how the Welsh national anthem goes? If you ask me, I wouldn't have no idea. I had no idea of the tune.
In gwlad van that one.
Oh, is that what it is? Well, I mean, I would have taken your word for anything. So we've got questions. You're the only genuine Welshman that we know. So here's our questions for Sean James Cameron. Ask a Welshman a question. So why are daffodils associated with Wales? Comes from Mark Burgess.
No idea.
No idea.
Just Google that.
Yeah, he's not Welsh at all, is he? Why are leeks associated with Wales?
Because they grow them there, and it's always raining.
It's always raining.
So there's always a leak.
Oh, I see.
There was always a leak in our tent, our family tent, when we camped there.
Oh, okay. What other Welsh things are there? Well, dragons. Why dragons?
Because the dragons used to live up in the valleys.
In the valleys.
Thousands of years ago, but then Ivor the Engine came along.
Oh, yeah.
And started taking the eggs out of the mountain.
Is it because there were all the furnaces there, and so you've had all the fire, and that the dragons and the fire became an associated thing?
No, I think it's back when sort of when some parts of the world had dinosaurs, Wales had dragons.
Oh, all right. Oh, okay. Does everyone's granny have a secret Welsh cake recipe?
They do, and everyone's talking about the age group now. Everyone's granny had a chance with Tom Jones.
Did they? Was he a bit of a loose cannon then?
Well, my cousin, she's dead and gone now, but
it's not my fault.
She always used to say, Tom came here to sing, and I had a chance with him, but I said no. And it's like, well, that's every pub you go to.
Yeah.
They've got a Tom Jones and a Shirley Bassey story.
Ah.
The Shirley Bassey story that I know is she sang in the local pub. She was paid something like 5 shillings for the performance.
Right.
And she spent it all on drink, and she had no money whatsoever to go back to Cardiff. So she invited a few of the men upstairs, and she had some money to catch the train back to Cardiff.
Good God, I wonder what had happened upstairs then. Maybe they had a little gambling match.
No idea.
No idea. Can't even begin to imagine in our little innocent heads. Welsh cakes are also known as bakestones. What is it? What is in a Welsh cake?
Welsh cake is it has the currants in or the raisins in, and you would cook them on a bake stone on one of these really large circular stones that were quite heavy to put onto the essays of their day.
Oh right. Oh okay. So how would you warm that up, in an open fire or something?
You'd put it on. Well, these days you would just put it on top of the gas and wait for about 15 minutes for it to warm up. And then you'd make the Welsh cakes, but the women used to do it in the night for the next day, because you never worked on a Sunday. Sunday was a day of rest, and you didn't even do the washing up. You left it till the Monday.
Did you?
So they do the cakes Saturday night, and then after they'd finished the cakes, they would just get the tea towel and go over the top of the stone, and then quickly whip it into the bed to warm the bed up.
And especially, I guess it gets very cold then in Wales in the winter.
Well, the house that I grew up in, we didn't have any central heating in at all. It was a bit like your house.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like mine.
You'd wake up and you could tell the weather depending on whether there was ice on the window, inside or not.
Yeah. Yeah, you hear all these stories about ice on the inside. I don't have any central heating. I've never had ice on the inside of the... I think it's a bit of an urban myth, isn't it? I mean, you get condensation. You do get condensation, but I mean, we've had very, very cold times in the last 30 years that I've been here, but never had ice on the inside. I mean...
I remember, was it 1978? I was born in 74, but I remember times around 78, 80s, where we had about six foot of snow, and the valley got cut off, and everybody pulled together, sharing their milk out, sharing their eggs and everything. Except somebody pinched the milk once, and it was so daft, you could just follow the footprints to his house.
Ah, it's interesting. And then a number of people are coming and going, I had ice on the inside. No, I don't believe a word of it. I've been here 30 years and we've had very, very cold things. And my old windows are as rattly and as full of holes and everything that you can imagine. Never had ice on the inside. But yet, Bonnie, of course, immediately pipes up. I grew up with ice on the inside of my house. I won't be outdone. Tall Podge Rog says, we used to have ice on the inside of the windows in our house in Ernley when I was a lad. I don't believe it.
We used to have sheep in our house.
Yes, that I do believe. We got lice on the inside. Oh, no, ice on the inside, says Alan Sandell. We used to have ice on the inside of the windows. We had ice on the inside of the window. I used to huff on it to look out of the window. I mean, it depends what you're calling ice, I suppose. You're just talking about, like it's frosted up a bit. You're not talking about, when you open up the freezer and you get out, you're not talking about like icicles dripping down like that. And, you might have had a little bit of, tiny bit of that, but nothing that you could...
Those were the days, though, when you could... leave your front door open.
Yeah, and warm the house.
And you could go outside, have a play in the street, and the front door was open, or you'd go up to the mountains, and you come back, the front door would still be open, and
there was
nobody would
house.
go in and pinch stuff because nobody had anything.
No, yeah, exactly. They were the days when nobody had anything to pinch, and you'd be far better off.
I remember in the 80s, you used to dash out into the street if somebody saw a car.
Now, look, Linda Kane said, definitely remember drawing in the ice on the inside. You see, when people say we had ice, I'm thinking, like a river, and it goes over, and you've got, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches of thick. That's what I'm thinking they mean by ice, when you've got ice on the way. Not just a skein of ice, not like the thinnest, tiny little thing. That's not, I don't call that cold. I'm talking about, big chunks of ice. Hey, has anybody really got that? Just condensation icing up?
I think people got it too good these days. There was like that fun of you were downstairs, you just about to go to bed, and it was like, how quickly can I get up there and in the bed?
Right. Yeah.
Without
So Linda
being cold.
Kane's saying exactly, not thick ice, frozen condensation like you scrape off your car. Well, that's nothing to write home about. For goodness sake. Yeah, that's nothing. Surely. I mean, etching.
I want a good 6 inches.
Yes, that's what I'm talking. I'm talking about real, that you've got to crack with a hammer or something. That's what I imagine when people say, "Oh, I've had ice in my," it's like, yes, I'm imagining that would be cold. You can't see out. It's and you get your hands behind it. Comes off as a separate sheet, and you think, well, there's a bit of cheap UPVC insulation, isn't it? That's a sort of double glazing for you. But we couldn't have opened the window because they were iced up, says Wrong Lang. Yeah, you see, that to me that's just nothing. That's not even proper ice.
And we didn't have any carpets on the floor, like just a bit of oilcloth.
Well, I still haven't got carpets on the floor. I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't got carpets.
And there was always the room in the, well, I don't know if this was a Welsh thing. There was the room, the special room, that you only went in at weddings and funerals.
Yeah. What, like the parlour?
Yes. Or, I clearly remember when my parents came back, it was, come around to the house on Sunday and we'll show you our slides.
Oh, yes. That was...
and you could tell within 5 minutes, every bugger was asleep.
Yeah, that was...
Except my father going, oh, yes, and this building was built in 1218.
Yeah.
And I went, yeah, great.
Did you ever see a Jacques Tati film called Playtime?
No, that doesn't ring a bell.
It's a classic Jacques Tati film, Playtime. I forget when it was made, late 60s, early 70s, something like that. And it's mostly visual. And the camera is outside of this house with huge plate glass windows, and people are living in. And Hulo, the character that Jacques Tati plays, turns up. You can't hear what's being said because you just hear the street scenes because the camera's outside looking towards this house, and it's a static shot for some time. And they're in the house, and clearly these people want to get shot of him. So they're having a sort of conversation. They've made him a cup of tea and what have you, and he won't go. So the husband disappears out from the room, and he comes back with a projector and a screen, and he starts to sort of show the home movies and the slides. And Hulu says, "Oh, I must be going now." And it's just a sort of classic comment that when people used to get their slides out, that was the time that people would go, right, this is going to be really boring. I'm off.
Well, I've got a lot of cine films.
Right.
And I want to get them transferred. But the only problem is, when he used to film on the cines, you had 3 minutes on each side. But you had to use the film up in order to get it to a process.
Yes. So that's standard 8 you're talking about.
Yeah. So in fact, I've still got the camera here.
Mm.
The amount of video, the amount of film that we've got, which are just the birds in the garden, so that's what he used to film, just to finish the film up.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
I've got hours of these birds going up and down the garden path. But when you talk about the landscape changing, like I was only born in 74, but even then it seems like the times were a lot better in some way, because shops used to close Saturday 1 o'clock. So you had to plan ahead. Right, what do I need for Sunday? Mm. And I think the reason why people are so stressed these days is because they can never switch off. They're always on.
I think that's very true. People, but yes, absolutely.
Whereas back in the day, you were forced. It was, well, in Wales, it was Thursday afternoon, half-day closing, and Saturday, it was half-day closing. And you had to plan ahead, and a Sunday, you couldn't do anything other than go to chapel. So you went there to find out the gossip and have a cup of tea and a custard cream. Couldn't understand what the hell the vicar was on about, because it was all in Welsh.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, at least it's in Welsh and not in Latin. But anyway, we must move on towards the end of the show.
Anyway, that filled about 10 minutes.
And thank you very much for that, because we were getting we were a bit concerned. Everyone
Not
now is talking about pink paraffin or blue paraffin. Everyone's trying to outdo themselves.
They're all talking about the worst winters.
Yes, that's it. They're all outdoing themselves, saying, "Oh, my childhood was worse than yours." Anyway, take care, Sean.
Yakida.
Yakida. Bye for now.
Take care. Bye.
So yeah, what is it? What is with it, that thing that people do like to sort of say, well, actually, my childhood was worse than your childhood.
Well,
we had it harder. So is it more of a virtue signaling?
I don't think that's always actually the sentiment. It's just that's how it sounds. And if anyone, catches onto it, it's, you can all laugh about it, but because it does sound like that. But no, I mean, if someone says something and I go, oh yeah, well, I experienced this, it's not that I'm saying your experience was better or worse than mine. It's just oh yeah, well, that was your experience. That's, blah blah blah. React to that, and this was my experience. That's what I think, anyway.
Well, either way, it's quite fun reading some of these ridiculous comments that as people are slowly remembering back into the cave. Yeah.
Sorry, like what Bonnie said. Like what Bonnie said right here. It's more that it's lovely to talk to others who experienced the same
Exactly.
or similar.
Yes. And who's that there? Stone Age Man says, I remember living in a cave when we didn't have anything to write with and we hadn't yet discovered fire. Yeah, well, I think that's probably very true.
Anyway, is there any way we can segue into music and folk instruments?
Yes, very easily. And now it's time for some music and folk instruments. We were in Brighton today. We won't tell you why. That's the subject of tomorrow's video, and you can find that out by tuning into thebaldexplorer.com. Tomorrow, about 4 o'clock, it will go live on YouTube, and about 6-ish, yes, AM, and about 6, between 6 and 7, when I deem it necessary to get up, you can find it on the website and on Facebook, because I do that manually. But as we were coming back from our trip to Brighton, and getting over the helter-skelter that we had been riding on, and the lovely migrants that we'd invited home, we passed a wonderful shop selling real ale, Hobgoblin, and, oh no, it didn't sell any real ale, but it did have the name Hobgoblin, am I right?
It did have the name Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin Music in Brighton. Can I put a link in the chat?
Why not?
Why not? Excellent. Now I've got to find the tab.
Did you send me the email, by the way, with the pictures?
I did, and I checked. I have it in my sent box on my emails, so it should actually be with you, unless I got your email address wrong, which I shouldn't have.
Oh, it's probably in the show emails section.
Maybe.
Which it is. Yeah, there it is. Fantastic.
Ta-da!
So is that? Oh yeah, here we are. Let's. I'll show you an image of the actual shop so people can see what we're talking about. Here it is. Hobgoblin Music at hobgoblin.com. Folk and acoustic specialists.
Yes. So they have several branches across the country. I don't know if they're international, but they have the online store as well.
They have a good line in umbrella viewers, as seen in that photograph.
Oh yes. I was trying to work out
what are you on about, Vobes?
As you can see on the shop front, oh yeah, I can see that they've got mandolins, ukuleles, banjos, percussion instruments, guitars, harps, woodwind, whistle. I can't read the rest because you flicked it off.
Oh, sorry.
Concertinas, accordions, and it's gone from the other screen now as well. Violas, I think it said.
Yes, violins.
Basically.
Concertinas.
What is the difference between a viola and a violin? I'm sure I've been told 1,000 times before, but it doesn't stick in my head.
No,
if I was to pick one up and be shown and told exactly what the differences are, I was pointing at the different parts of the violin/violin. This is a very, very cute little ukulele, as you can tell, partly by the shape and the size, but also by the lovely decorations on it. Nice Hawaiian images.
Oh yeah, Hawaiian. I thought she was a Celtic Welsh woman with some Scottish shortcake.
No, the box behind it is for what are they? Drums.
Oh yeah, those like bowhorn. What is it? Bowhorn drums.
Boran, Bodhran or something like that. I can never remember exactly how to pronounce that. But yeah, that's what they look like in the box behind. Oh, what's that? The blue thing. That's an instrument as well.
Is that the dustbin lid?
One. No, but you use like the same sort of drumstick as such that you'd use for a xylophone.
Oh, okay.
And you tap on these cutout sections, if you see what I mean, and they come out with different tones. I can't remember what they're called. Oh, apparently a viola is a large size violin.
Oh, careful.
Sorry about that.
That wasn't the violin. That's a drum, wasn't it?
That wasn't a violin. No, that was a drum as such. There you have two guitars on the outside, and actually, what caught my attention in the window today was the funny shaped recorder there.
Oh yeah, with the bent piece.
Yeah.
I wonder how they must heat that over a Bunsen burner and bend it down.
Probably just mould it like that, surely. But that is sorry, I've got Joe on my lap.
Hello, Joe. Hello, Joe.
Say hello. He can't actually hear you, remember?
Oh. Hello, Joe. Hello, Joe.
You heard that?
Hello, Joe.
Can you hear?
Hello.
Say hello.
Joe. Hello. Yeah, so sorry, going back to
a bass recorder or something like that?
Oh, a bass recorder. What's that one on the far left? This one
left
looks like a gourd.
I don't know. That it's not a Spanish guitar, is it? No, that actually that's got really interesting head on that.
Has it? Dean Cooper's on the line. Hello, Dean Cooper.
Hello, Richard. Hang on a sec. Just turn my PC down.
Okay, turn the thingamajigamy down. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you, Richard.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. You're into your instruments, aren't you?
I certainly am, yes. I'm looking at the guitars on my screen at the moment.
Do you play the guitar? I can imagine that with your hat, you've got a sort of very cowboyish type hat that you wear. I imagine I can see you sitting there with a tin of beans by the fire playing a guitar.
Yeah, no, not really, no.
Oh.
Yeah, I have got a few guitars. I've got about 5 or 6, I think.
Blimey. How many do you need then?
Well, there's lots of choices, you know. I mean, I've got one since here behind me, which I've had since I was 18.
Right.
And
is it acoustic or electric?
No, it's electric. It's an Aria Pro 2 custom guitar.
Thanks for giving us a little tune on it. That was lovely.
Well, yeah, I haven't actually played it. No. I could do a video for you.
Yeah, please do. We'd love to see that. So do you play electric and acoustic?
I've never really been into acoustic, but yeah, I've mostly played electric, but only in my spare time.
Right, yeah.
Because actually, when I was 6, I turned my ideal into my ideas of life for me were to play drums.
Oh, right. Funny you should say that, because we saw when we went to won't give anything away, but we went on the train today to Brighton, and
Yes.
we got on. It was quite packed, and this bloke came on with these aluminium stand and an electric drum kit, very portable like.
Yeah, they're a lot of money.
And he said it was a gift for, because I said to him, "Is that a drum kit you got there?" And he was very nice and friendly and told me to mind my own business. No, he didn't. He was very nice, and he said, "Yeah, it's an aluminium." And because I said, "Oh, you're going busking today because it's a bit wet for it." But anyway, yeah. So Corin, so you were a drummer, are you?
Yeah. Well, when I was 6, I got my first drum kit, and then I sort of like laid it to one. I beat the hell out of it and broke all the skins and all that sort of thing, you know. And then when I got to my late teens, 18 sort of thing, I was asked if I wanted to be a drummer in a band.
You're not Phil Collins, are you?
No. I'm a Tommy Aldridge.
I don't know who that is.
Have you ever heard Whitesnake?
I thought that was a drink. Is that a band? I imagine that's a band, is it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. I mean...
Julia might have heard. Have you heard of Whitesnake, Julia?
Have you heard of
Sorry, trying to unmute myself there.
Oh, that's all right.
That's a band, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, yes. They did a famous song called Is This Love?
Oh, does it go,
yeah.
Is this love, love, love?
Is
No.
this?
No, not quite, Richard.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love?
No,
Is
not
this
that one,
love?
no.
No, that's something else. I think I've melded two songs together
Is
there.
this love that I'm feeling? Is this a love that I've been searching for? Is this love? Or am I dreaming? This must be love. 'Cause it's really got a hold on me.
Bum,
All
bum,
that.
bum, bum.
I don't actually recognise that one.
I was in tears then. I was just, it was so sentimental.
Welling up your soppy get.
I was, yes. You had me then, Dean Cooper. You had me.
Yeah, it's headed by a man called David Coverdale. You might know him.
I've heard of David Copperfield, but David Copper...
David Coverdale.
Copperdale. Copperfield. No, not
You never
Copperfield.
heard of David Coverdale?
Of course I haven't. I don't know anything. I don't know any musician. I was lucky with...
Yeah,
who
mate.
did I just say just then? Vaughan Williams? No, who was the drummer with the gorilla?
Yeah, I know Vaughan Williams.
Phil
yeah.
Collins.
Phil Collins.
That's it. Yeah, Phil Collins.
What was
yeah,
that?
nice man.
He lives in paradise. What was that song? I live in paradise, and it's all very shameful for me. Or something. I can't
Just
remember.
another day.
Oh, yeah,
for
another
you
day.
in paradise. Oh, think twice. Something like
Right, that's it. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one.
And you
Yeah.
you played it.
Judy's on the planet.
that. For the moment. Just hold on tight. Anywho.
But anyway, White Snake.
Yeah.
If you Google it, I'll tell you what. I was actually at their live show in 1990 at Donington.
Donington where? Where's Donington?
It was a festival.
East Midlands.
Oh,
East
Midlands. All right. Donington.
Yeah, Donington 1990.
Yeah.
You can Google it, Richard.
Yeah,
But White Snake Donington 1990 in your laptop, and I'll tell you what, you'll come up with a live show
Donington.
and video, and I was actually there,
Snake.
and I'll tell you what.
19 when?
1990.
1990. Right.
And then you'll come up with like a white snake symbol on a blue background, and it'll give you a that was a show that I was actually there at that, and also saw them again at the Brighton
Marina.
Centre.
Oh.
No, the Brighton Centre. That's the one. You got her.
Yeah, you see, I'm clever with the old typing it very slowly. Live at Donington 1990 is a live album by English rock band White Snake. It was recorded at Castle Donington on the 18th of August 1919 during the Monsters of Rock Festival, with the band headlined. There was head lice and all sorts of terrible things happening. It was released on the 20th of May 2011, but it took several years later before they really understood. Oh no, the 1990s before. Yeah. Anyway, enough of that. Thanks. So they was recording an album in front of an audience. Is that what you're saying?
Did, yeah, they recorded that live, and I was
Good job they didn't make a
actually there in the
mistake.
crowd, so it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I had a similar experience with a Green Day concert.
Julia might like that if she sits down and watches that. Because she might be into that sort of thing. But,
there's some blokes here who obviously are just must have been doing the rehearsal because they haven't cut their hair and they're not wearing proper shirts or anything. They're looking a little bit tatty.
Richard.
What?
Richard.
Yeah.
Richard.
What?
Now you see the man on the right hand side of your picture.
It's you.
Well, no. Go down. That's it. Right. So what you got there? That's Thunder, right? Now the guy in the t-shirt or the vest shirt with a question mark, that's Danny Bowes. He's a local guy. He used to drink in the Six Bells at Chiddingly in Sussex. Now, yeah, that's Thunder you're showing there, pictures.
Yeah, there's a delay between me showing them and you seeing them. There's a bunch of people at the bottom by what looks like a camper van or an ambulance.
I'm talking about the top of your list of pictures.
Oh,
that you
okay.
posted up.
I just wondered if you were
Just
in
for
the.
interest. The picture at the very top left looks like looks like a friend of mine when he was younger.
I will show you where I am actually in the video. If you go to 1992.
Yeah. We're over time. We're over time now.
Yeah. I need to get on with the hobgoblin stuff. I wanted to show them the hobgoblins.
We'll have to come back to this. No disrespect. Oh, that's the invited guest screen. There we are. Let's get rid of that.
That's the choir boys. That's Spike with the red head banner around his head. That's another. Obviously, it's another subject, but
we'll have to come back to it because we're running late now, and
obviously you'll call us on Monday.
Yeah, call us on Monday because we need to just finish this bit so that we can say goodbye to everybody.
What's on then? Oh gosh.
No, but thank you for calling and the excitement in your voice.
So good to hear your voice.
It was so lovely, and I should just remind you that Radian B will be spread all over me a little later.
Oh, Dean, you're never going to hear the end of this Radian B.
Radian B. I should put it in my radiator. Don't worry, in my van.
Well, yeah. So long as it works, Richard, that's the main thing.
Yeah. Take care, Dean.
All right. Take care, Richard.
Take care.
And,
bye for now, lovely. Bye.
Bye
Love
for
to the
now.
family.
Bye, Julia.
Bye.
Bye.
That's lovely, Dean Cooper there. Sorry to cut you off, but we're running a bit late. So back to lovely Julia. We saw a harp just now.
Yes, can we go back to the picture we were on before?
Oh yeah, of course. Hang on, 2 seconds of a lamb's tail. No, that wasn't that one. Was it that one?
Yes, this one. Now the one on the left in that image.
Yeah.
I'm not actually sure what that is. It's not a lyra, is it? But that's definitely not a mandolin.
No, the one that's shaped like a gourd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 strings on it.
Yeah, it's not a mandolin for sure. Mandolins have 8. That's a mandolin that you're hovering over now. Yes. I'm sure there's another picture that shows that one as well. But,
yeah.
Okay, let's have a look. Skip the other one. I think there's a box drum there as well, the purple thing.
Right. So
there's another baran.
Is that a harp?
Yeah, that's a harp. Very
and an accordion down the bottom
beautiful. There. Down the bottom to the left.
And you called that a singing bowl?
Yeah, Tibetan singing bowl.
And what are these pipes of peace?
That would be a bagpipe.
Ah, a bag
because
of pipes.
I think a Uilleann pipe is a smaller instrument. It's the same but smaller, I think, maybe slightly. Do you remember Joe?
Joe,
I can't remember.
Your son? We saw him earlier.
No. Joe, the lady, the bagpipe lady.
Yeah, of course, Joe. Yeah. She played bagpipes. This is the interior of the shop, and as you can see, there are plenty of those banjos that have grown and are hanging from the ceiling. And at the far end are violins.
Yeah.
Down the bottom there.
The guitars on the left.
Yeah.
But for the record, I can't see any banjos in this image, but there are. Oh my gosh, you've got me at it now. Ukuleles here in front.
Yeah.
And then you've got. I think those are mandolins behind. Yes, they are mandolins in the second part. And up the top there, you've got some. Have you got another one of those gourd things? And some bowback mandolins, I think. Oh, it's a treasure trove in there of folk music instruments. There's the mandolin there.
And they're like the big cymbal.
Yeah. That
would be good.
And a little penny whistle there as well.
Yeah, for your thoughts.
Oh, and panpipes on the left there.
Oh yeah, panpipes.
Although it's probably strictly not a pan pipe. Oh, I don't know.
Used to get the Mexican style people who would come in to the town and play these. They play a backing track, and then they would stand there and play the panpipes, and people would throw money at them, busking. Everywhere I went, every town, there was the same 4 or 5 guys would come in. They obviously toured around when I was doing street theatre and stuff, and you'd see them. They'd suddenly come on. Everyone had to make way for them, and they'd play all that awful panpipe music. I can't even remember how it goes. Anyway,
thank you very much for letting me squeeze those last few images from the Hobgoblin Music Shop.
Yes, brilliant. Thank you for bringing them in, lovely Julia. We better go. So a big thank you very much for the lovely Julia and a red hawthorn, to Andrew Murphy and his mum, to Bernie for the last, for the good rant, really, Bonnie and her quiz, and Julia and the musical things, to our phone calls, the singing Welshman who rang up, who knows a thing about rhubarb cakes, and of course to Radian B star Dean Cooper. And his
to the family.
And his wonders with Bob Dylan, or whoever it was that we saw, Rupert.
The White Snake.
The White Snake, that's right, the White Snake. A venomous night that was in 1982. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much to Judith, who's working her socks off because she is being attacked at this moment by her new puppy.
New puppy.
How lovely that must be. And to all of you out there, for joining us on this evening's enterprise. We've had fun with that. And 103 of you and 45 likes has been marvellous. To lovely Julia and to little Joe, who we saw a moment of. Have a good weekend, whatever you do. We have a fun video for you tomorrow to enjoy with all of the team, especially the commissioning editor, Joe, who is the executive producer on this show. And we hope that you have a lovely time and that there's no more rain and a bit more sunshine. So with that, we will bid you adieu.
Happy weekend, everyone. Bye.
Happy weekend. Ta-ta from us. All the best. Bye-bye.
Bye.